Hello everybody, this is Floopy-Doo and welcome back to another episode of my Factorio Let's Play. Unfortunately, my base had a little bit of work done in an episode I unfortunately had to scrap because, well, it didn't turn out as I wanted, especially because the audio didn't record and it was kind of hard to do a voiceover. Therefore, I will just go over what I did. So basically what I did was just attach the whole power and all the materials that were left out the last time to our purple science factory. I also delivered it, did some research in regard of purple science, especially the blue belts. And then I started talking, or I started with designing some elements I want to replace. So just let me get back over to the main part of my base. And as you can see right now, my base kind of struggles with delivery of red circuits. As you can see, there are about... they're better again, but they're low. Then steel is another problem of the base. That's also going to run out. Mainly because I can barely fulfill the demand. I can still add all the bits and pieces down here, but I basically thinking about just redoing my whole smelting setups, because right now I have access to electric furnaces. Just to have a bit of comparison between those two, let me switch to Factorio calculator I have over here. So one thing is we have normal furnaces. They're about the same. We use 25 on both to supply the demand within the electric furnace or the steel furnace. So that's the same. What is, I need to bring in coal, whereas for the others I don't. One thing that I figured out is, or when I compare those two, is basically if we have a look at the values of power. So here I don't need powers for the furnaces itself. They need 27 coal to run, and as we know, coal is a 4 megajoules of power, which traverses to so 27 times 4, something above 100, 108 ish. So we need 108 megajoules to power those furnaces, which is something roughly about, if I used a calculator before. Let me get back to the game. I used a calculator before, and it was about 1.8 megawatts. So that comes to about 4 megawatts of power, whereas for the electric setup I need about 5 megawatts. But with one major benefit, which is the electric furnace accepts modules, and I basically someone want to have a full they have full with productivity modules. So if I add those, eventually, well, they use much more power, but I need way less resources for approximately the same amount, and then I can add beacons to make it more powerful and so on. But that's on a later stage. Right now I just don't have either the resources for a beacon setup, nor do I have the power for it. So what I did then was I started on thinking how I would design a setup with electric furnaces. For one, the iron and copper side, and one is the steel side. So once again, I think that would be just sufficient. So if I have the same, I need 10 in a row, which is 3 and a little bit times that setup. If built so you can actually see something. So here is my setup. So we have the setup for the normal smelting of iron or copper and bricks, and also the one setup I want to use, which like this, for steel, and which I can double because steel. So here we go. Okay, so since they use the same amount of machines, that's about the same. A good thing is I don't need to ship any coal into those setups, so I'm not bound to coal usage. They are much less polluting, and of course I can add the productivity modules somewhere, or the speed modules, depending on what my thought was regarding that whole setup. This my whole goal is to actually use the space up here. Probably build a wall further up and then go out, and then have all my furnace set up. So I will have about 2 lines of iron, 2 lines of copper, 1 steel, and 1 stone. I will have them all up here and replace that full setup I have down here. So I can use this place to extend my mall in the end, because I want to have a big mall where I actually can go to and get all my crafting ingredients from there. So that is what happened last. No. Stop doing that, robots. So that is basically the setup I want to have. So I have plenty. Oh, well, yeah, that is not that. Okay, so I have to redo all that thing up here. So let me just grab all of that, copy this, and let blueprint out of it. Blueprint here, and the other one I can build on the spot. Everything from here, not that one. Okay, so when that is done, we gonna think about. I know I'm low on pop. I know. I'm starting to see. That is the good thing. We added that information sign down here. So we have. We're still on. So that we are struggling with. So one thing I need to do in order to have enough space is thinking about how I want to do it up here. So what I would like to have is just like a flat piece of track that goes all the way over here, and should be fine. So I need my copy this down here. I need copy of this. Oh. This one, I don't. This one. Need those. Kind of need those. That is also a blueprint I want to keep. So if I were to add this over here, my junction would look something like this. Probably, maybe I should think about it. Maybe not. But if I were to add one of those pieces up here, where would it way more? Here, and then add the junction in. So now maybe see. No. Wait, that is. Oh, do I have? So I could do something like that and have the train track go this way. Then I just have to move my wall a tiny bit upwards and clean out some more. So I can do, if I were to, let's say I do this. So should be in a good spot. And have more than enough space. For now. Then I could that. Let's do this. For now, I think I just this and double up. Was that the outer layer or the inner? So finish that wall. Sorry, trees, you have gone. Probably two. So means I can reactivate my robo part. Delete this section. I'm kind of wondering how they would destroy those. So that tree is actually good. I want to have those. Gone. That will be very interesting. One thing I need to consider and one thing I want to do is kind of have a stacking mechanism. Which for now I do not really know how I want to do it exactly. Or I can have the trains like waiting, or maybe, I don't know yet. One good thing about train stops that is with the next big update, well, big update with 1.1, they announced that they will add a feature so you can limit trains that are going to a train stop, which will make whole train network thing quite a lot easier to do. And do I have that still? The I'm using up all my power again. I really need to get into the next level of power delivery. One thing, I need the explosives. So now what we do is we take those towers, move them to where we actually need them. Okay, so we need some here, one here, one here, here, here. Spread them out a little bit more. And since I know that there will be many of them coming here, I will have those turrets fully capable. Load. I'm pretty sure I need 2 and 2 fully loaded. You can be half. Okay, now you half. You can. So we have firepower back. Maybe I still need more firepower. Oh, ah. Well, no wonder. Okay, I need definitely more power up here. Or more defenses up here. I should probably also go back and start researching bullet damage and projectile damage. Because I think about now the turrets get, or the red, let's say the red ammunition is getting to the end of its effectiveness. There you. Okay, so we need some form of destructive power to get rid of those cliffs, which unfortunately we have to walk throughout the whole base almost. Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to see this. Well, the red is actually okay because I think we don't produce any purple signs anymore because we are so much capped on steel. But still, we need to do something about this rather sooner than later. You have more. I can only craft 10 of you, and I probably, while I'm at it, another 5 and 10. Well, you can do. No train, no train, good. I have to walk around a lot. I really wish I can get into the next sort of power tier. So I have more power. And faster walking speed and so on. But we are still some ways away from it. There are still 2 more tiers of power armor. And we are not even close. I think we are not even close yet. Oh no, we would be. The next tier of power armor and another tier of power armor. But in order to have finally sustainable power, we need fusion reactors. And to get fusion reactors, we are quite some ways off, and they need blue chips, and those blue chips are a hurdle to get to, which is sad. Okay, so blasting off those darn. Now I'm really wondering how, if I do video. Interesting. So let me see how you do this. Yeah, well, I need to get rid of all the cliff. Let's hope that is enough. And one thing I can do is extend as much as I want. My big question is, and that will be the hard part, is how do I get a stacker in here? Because one thing I want to have is, or I can look at that later, probably. Well, I think for now, I get into producing stuff and so on. And the next time we will get into building the train stations for our ore trains that deliver in here, build the furnace lines, and then maybe we can connect it. I will tinker around with a way to have a stacker over here, and we will see how we will incorporate it or how we won't. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave a like or a dislike according to your feelings about the episode, or a comment below to help me improve my episodes and so on. But for now, thank you very much and see you in the next one.